Oh man, I
Yeah.
just would love to like, get him on a table and, have him go through one of Jolie's things of like root, click in. I mean, there's something, it's like he's all up here,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
poor guy, but he's
I,
doing all this stuff out of that. And so that's that path. But I think that as you're saying, as the rest of us are, what is the in the Buddhist terms, the right use, when they use the word right, they don't mean in some judgmental way, but more like in alignment. So,
mm,
what's the right use of technology? How do we hold our mistakes and failures as ways in which we can continue to learn and grow and become more wise? Uh, what is what is the kind of surrender to that river that is healthy and holy? um, what is the kind of empowerment that Jolie talks about a lot that is not about the inflation of the ego, but truly recognizing who we are as unique and unrepeatable expressions of the divine, and that together we form that bright light. The Sufis have this wonderful phrase, of course they use the masculine, where they say that the intellectual man brings in the yellow light of God, and the healer brings in the green, and I don't know, the teacher brings in the blue. They have all this stuff,
mm,
and then together it makes up the white light. So, how do
yes.
we know who we are, not from ego,
Mm,
but from that deep, true self? And then what happens the deeper you go into it? I don't know about you, John, but I was working on healing whatever, I had pictures of what that might mean. But what happened is the deeper I went into that, and of course it's a ongoing through many lifetimes journey,
mm,
but the more I go into it, there's more joy, there's more groundedness, there's more peacefulness, there's more of this radiant love that can open. It's it's like a deepening and expanding of consciousness that I wouldn't, when I was 24 and suicidal and went into therapy for the first time, I could not have imagined that I was stepping on a path that would lead here. I'm almost 74. I was 24. That's at 50 years later, because that younger woman couldn't even, she just wanted to stop feeling pain every day. But to realize you step onto this path and that river knows where she's going.
mm,
And I couldn't even imagine it. And
yeah.
now I'm thinking I'm 74 and gosh, if I live another 10 years on this side, or it's like there's all this stuff I can't even imagine yet.
Yeah.
It is exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. And I think that, I feel blessed because I do have a deep sense of inner peace with what's
Yes.
going on. I feel
Yep.
excitement for the future. I know it's going to get messy, but I am not concerned. I'm excited because I know that this is what I'm here for. This is the reason I'm here. It's the reason we're all here, and it's a real honor to be on this planet at this time of transition. We all have unique aspects to play
That's
out.
right. That's
We,
right.
to your point, like with the different colors, right? All making up the white light. We all have our individuated little color, right? We all make up the white light together. So don't try and be who you're not supposed to be, right? Follow your bliss, follow the joy, because
That's
that
right.
is what is going to take you to how you contribute to that
That's right.
giant cosmic jigsaw puzzle, and you can put your piece in, or like your divine thread on the divine tapestry, however you
That's
want to
right.
put it, right?
That's right.
But
That's right.
it is exciting.
Well, one of the things I enjoy so much about you, John, is that there are people I've come across in new spirituality who their excitement about what happens has disconnected them from a capacity of empathic care for the people who are suffering.
Mm,
And I have never experienced that with you. It's always like this is exciting. It's like you you're exemplifying what it is when somebody is, again, right placement, using the Buddhist language. You are in alignment with your purpose. And there is nothing more, in my experience, there's nothing more thrilling. When
Mm.
you are in right place doing that which you are called to do, you know, there is a there is a an aliveness and a joy, even if that means you're in Doctors Without Borders and you're on a Syrian minefield. It's like, I had a client like that, and I'm going, oh, or when I used to work with incest survivors, people are like, how can you do that? And I'm going, if I told them I felt joy, they'd probably think something was wrong with me. But it was because that's where I was meant to be.
Yeah.
And this is where you're meant to be. And this is, I think, what we want to do is help people discover you have a purpose,
Yeah.
and it's part of this. And let's find ways to help you discover what it is, because then, even if your house burns down and you feel all the feelings, because that's a part of being human, this is not about some spiritual bypass. And at the same time as all those feelings are there, there's this undergirding of grounded capacity for presence and saying yes to what is, which then opens the door to joy. I think it's Eli Wiesel, and I haven't sent it out on my poetry group because with the fires, I thought it'd be a little um, too intense. But I think it was Eli Wiesel who said something like, "If you want to become a light, you must be willing to burn first."
Mm.
You know,
Yes.
and then there's a haiku. I think it's Basho. Barn burned down. Now I can see the moon.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
how do
Yes.
we bear witness in love, grounded, and with a big open spaciousness that allows our heart to move but not be harmed or damaged in that movement, but
Mm.
more expanded. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It definitely does. And I think that this is, as ever, this I've really enjoyed our latest ramble, which,
Well, we'll do that. We'll do this next time because it will
yeah.
follow up
Well, this is,
perfectly on what
yeah, but this is the thing, isn't it? It's just an organic, natural conversation. And we didn't
conversation.
actually even begin it officially. We're not ending it officially because this never ends, right? We just
That's,
keep
that's it. That's
break this
it.
down into several parts, put it out there. One part leads to the next, to the next, to the next. And, people, I hope people enjoy it. I hope people take things away from it. And I also ask that anybody who's out there who watches this, be don't hesitate to reach out. John Drew at elevatedplanet.life, or go on to elevatedplanet.life website /contact page. Send us your suggestions, ask your questions, make your comments, or you can do it on the YouTube videos as well, of course. But nevertheless, all these avenues are open to you. And I love my conversations with you, Ruah.
I do too, John. Mm,
And it's a beautiful flow. It's just an opportunity to share a conversation with somebody that you care about, and at the same
yeah.
time, knowing that hopefully there's a message on there that might help other people along the way. So, thank
Well,
you.
this is wonderful, and thank you for, as always, we invite people, and as you say, this conversation isn't about convincing anybody of anything. It's that when people, first of all, when I get to engage in a conversation with you, the we just dive into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah.
And so I'm always, learning or reflecting, or what do I think about that, or I notice myself being touched. It's, for me, what's so enlivening about it is that it's a real encounter with a man who is able to really be here. And that's just like so enlivening. And
Mm.
so my hope is that as people join, we're not trying to convince them. It's like, notice what gets triggered in you, what comes up, what do you say yes, what do you say, huh, I'm not sure about that, or somebody says something like, could you say a little bit more about that? Because I, again, it's back to what that teacher thing we were talking before. It's not sage on the stage, it's guide on the side. So you and I can bring in our ideas, which are complementary, but probably not exactly the same. They don't have to be, because the richness is in the encounter of the back and forth, and then inviting other people engage with this. What comes up in you? Because I know, John, our deepest hope, as you just said, would be supporting people and doing something which is profoundly countercultural, which is going inside to discover that deep truth that they carry, the light that they carry that is necessary for the white light to shine. And my light might be green, and yours might be yellow, and somebody else's is red. And God help us, Donald Trump has a light too. I don't know what color it is, but he's a part of the white light. I want to make it sort of like a gray, but I like gray. I'm not going to diagnose Donald Trump. That's not my job, but it's all welcome. So
Yes.
blessings upon you, and we'll do this the next time.
Yes, let's do that. And let's make that next time sometime soon. So,
Thank you for this, John. As
yeah.
always, this was delightful. I just feel like I don't know, I need to go take a walk or something because my body is filled with lots of energy right now. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Ruah, and thank you to our community for listening in. And
All right.
don't hesitate to reach out. And we're going to be doing some more rambling with Ruah in the not too distant future. So,
We need to call it Rambling with Ruah and John.
yes,
You know, come on, it's a mutual ramble here, John.
rambling with Ruah and joking with John.
There you go. I like it. There you go. All right, dear one. Take care. I'll see
Take
you
care.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.